Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. So today we're taking a look at something literally almost all of us do on absolute autopilot, right? Grabbing a quick fast food meal on the go. We're going to break down the hidden nutritional traps tucked inside that everyday meal, but we're doing it from a really unique perspective. We usually just stare at nutrition labels and calorie counts, but what if we flipped the script? What if we looked at this meal from the perspective of the food itself? Okay, let's dive into this. Because to truly understand the impact of all those little extras we mindlessly add to our food, like those heavy, delicious condiments, we're going to treat our meal today like a cast of animated characters. Just imagine each item on your tray stepping up to a microphone, one by one, to give us some brutal, honest, behind-the-scenes confessions about what they're really bringing to your diet. It is time to listen to what your food actually has to say. Section 1. The Ketchup Confession. Hidden calories. Imagine a wide-eyed, slightly anxious ketchup bottle stepping up to the mic, pointing nervously at a sugar cube. It says, "I'm ketchup, and a little of me goes a very long way. Use me on everything, and the extra sugar, salt, and calories can quietly add up. Enjoy me as a condiment, not the main ingredient." Just think about that for a second. The red bottle itself is literally worried about its own hidden sugar. It knows we tend to treat it like a total free pass, just squeezing out these massive, generous puddles of the stuff without a second thought. So the crucial point is this. Condiments are absolutely not the main ingredient. When we start treating ketchup like a side dish instead of just a little flavor enhancer, well, that is exactly how all that extra sugar and salt sneaks right into our diets completely undetected. We've totally normalized covering our food in it, kind of ignoring the fact that it's this incredibly concentrated source of the exact things we're usually trying to limit. Section 2. The guilt-ridden sides. Fries and salt. Now the meal is really building and our golden French fries are shuffling up to the mic. They're cheerful, but clearly a bit nervous about the guilt they're carrying. They tell us, "I already bring plenty of calories. Drowning me in ketchup can add even more sugar and sodium. Balance tastes way better than overload." These fries know their own nutritional profile. They know they're already pretty heavy in calories, and they are practically begging us not to bury them in a giant ketchup avalanche. And right behind the fries is the salt shaker. Taking a much more stern, serious tone, it warns us, "I'm easy to overdo. Pair me with salty condiments too often, and your sodium intake can climb before you even notice." It's a really strict reminder, honestly. Salt doesn't just come from the shaker itself. It stacks up incredibly fast when you start combining it with those already salty sauces. These fries and that serious salt shaker are brilliantly illustrating the very real danger of compounding calories. When we mindlessly combine sides that are already calorie-dense with heavy sugary condiments, we aren't just adding a little kick of flavor. We are actually multiplying the nutritional load of the entire meal exponentially. Section 3. The overloaded meal. Burger and drink. Now our main course steps into the spotlight with a heavy, exhausted sigh. It says, "I'm tasty on my own." Piling on sauces can add extra sugar, salt, and calories without adding much nutrition. You can literally picture the poor burger just straining and buckling under the sheer weight of all our overflowing sauce choices. And this brilliantly illustrates the structural and nutritional difference of a burger on its own versus one totally burdened by condiments. On its own, that naked burger has a set nutritional profile. It's relatively balanced. But the second it becomes just a vehicle for excessive sauces, it completely transforms. It becomes overflowing with extra sugar, salt, and empty calories. But it gains virtually zero extra nutrition in the process. It's literally just empty weight. Finally, the soda cup steps up, looking downward at a nutrition label with quiet regret. It whispers, "When I'm paired with high sugar condiments and fast food, the total sugar intake can rise quickly. Small choices add up." The soda already knows it's sweet, right? But realizing how fast the meal's total sugar has skyrocketed once it's combined with the sugar from the ketchup, that's when the reality really hits hard. So, to sum up our little mockumentary here, from the anxious ketchup to the regretful soda, every single character has warned us about the exact same thing. These tiny little additions add up to a massive nutritional load. A squeeze here, a little packet there, a dash of salt. Individually, sure, they seem totally harmless. But together, they compound into a hidden mountain of sugar and sodium. Section 4. Hidden costs of ketchup. Let's move to and see how this builds as we pivot away from our characters to look at the cold, hard nutritional facts of our main culprit, ketchup. Systematically breaking down the specific downsides. It starts right at the top with added sugar. Many commercial ketchups are packed with it. leading straight to excess empty calories if you're using large amounts. Then there's high sodium. Regular, heavy use spikes your intake, which is obviously a huge concern if you're monitoring your blood pressure. Next up, extra calories. A single, tiny serving is relatively low, but as we just saw, those generous portions add up rapidly over time. Finally, we absolutely have to look at processed ingredients, because a lot of brands pack in preservatives and high-fructose corn syrup. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the acidity factor. We usually only think of our condiments in terms of calories, sugar, or fat, right? But tomato-based ketchup is highly, highly acidic. For sensitive individuals, slathering this on your food can actively worsen or even trigger acid reflux and heartburn. So it's not just a hidden calorie trap. For some of us, it's a very real source of immediate physical discomfort.
Section 5. The secret to balance. Moderation. Now, despite all these heavy warnings, there's actually a very simple way to enjoy these foods safely, and the secret is moderation. Using ketchup in moderation is absolutely fine as part of a balanced diet. But what does moderation actually mean here? Well, it means enjoying condiments in sensible amounts. It means using them just to enhance a meal rather than relying on them as primary ingredients that completely drown out the food itself. And hey, the really great news is that lots of brands now offer reduced sugar or even no added sugar versions, making it easier than ever to strike that perfect balance.
So we're going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Think back to our anxious ketchup bottle, our guilty fries, our exhausted burger, and our highly regretful soda. They've laid it all on the line for you in this explainer today. Next time you grab a fast food meal and automatically reach for a handful of those little packets, will you let the condiments secretly become the main course? Keep the confessions of your food in mind, aim for balance, and make those small choices really count. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.